Alright, so on my last video, I did my intro a little bit differently, and the incomparable, the gorgeous, the beautiful Mary Page told me she liked my normal intros. So, here we go. Yo, what is up, all you stone cold, illmatic, stink, nasty, lottie-dottie, hairy, ding-dong body, fish keeping, fish tanking, funkadelics. You watching Aquafunk Aquatics with me, Aquafunk. That one's for you, Mary. Alright, so let me tell you about this fish, and this fish is going to be a little bit funny to talk about because normally I have really exciting things to tell you about a particular fish. This one, not so much. I'm very pleased that I have this fish because I've wanted this fish for so long. It's the flag cichlid. Look, I'm into shapes. I really like odd and unique shapes when it comes to the fish that I keep, and this fish has a very interesting shape. A lot of people, when they first see it, think to themselves that it's a gourami. Is that a gourami? No, it's a cichlid from the Amazon, and it's got like an arrowhead shape, which I really dig, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted this fish for so long. And I got these. I actually got 3 of them, but one I had to rehome because he was getting nipped on, and here's the funny thing. The fact that one fish was getting nipped on was probably the most exciting thing I have to tell you about this fish. Okay, so I'm going to put the name of this fish right here because, you know, I mess up Latin names all the time. Excuse me. Like I said, this fish comes from the Amazon. It is a cichlid, so it is in the Oscar, the angel, the discus, the cichlid family, the South American, Central American cichlid family. It grows anywhere from 6 to 8 inches. The males will get longer fins, longer trails on their dorsal and anal fin. Breeding, they do breed on flat rocks with about a 200 egg spawn. pH can go anywhere from 6 to 8. The temperature, I read up on their temperature range. Their temperature range said from 77 to 90. Now I don't recommend you put them at 90 degrees because if you plan on putting other fish with them, they might have a problem with that. I don't know about that whole 90. So high 70s, low 80s would be perfect for this fish. It's an omnivore, so it can eat just about anything, leaning towards the meaty side. And that's the specs on this fish. It'd be a great fish for a 55. It really would be. I think it's listed as a semi-aggressive fish. I would like to change that if I could to put super non-aggressive cichlid. So let me tell you my experiences with this fish. So, like I said, this fish has a very cool shape, arrowhead. So having it in your tank is definitely a conversation piece, definitely eye catcher. The black stripe that runs across it, down the center of it, kind of swoops up to the back. And on either side of that black stripe, their coloration is actually different. The coloration on the top of the black stripe is normally a little bit more darker than the coloration on the bottom of the black stripe. Excuse me. Hey, woo. Excuse me. I feel I'm embarrassed. So, I just ate Subway. See, Subway turkey bacon. It came up. I can rehash the flavor right now. Like you really want to know that, right? So, where was I? It will get some coloration in the cheeks. I've seen pictures with blue coloration. I've seen pictures with orange to red coloration. I've seen with yellow coloration. I don't know how many subspecies there are of this fish. If somebody knows, please in the comments let me know some other subspecies so maybe I could differentiate which one I have against others. So I would really like to know that. But let me tell you my experiences with this fish. And like I said, normally I'm all excited, woo! But I really can't be that way with this fish right now. It's a super non-aggressive fish. So if you had a community tank, they'd be great. Like I said, they'd be great for 55s if I didn't already say that. If you had a community tank, they would be a great addition. A community cichlid tank or large fish that can't fit in its mouth, barbs or something like that. The angels, they would do great with angels. Some of the bigger tetras, they do great with those type of community fish, especially if they're, like I said, on the bigger side. But they have no standout personality trait so far that I have seen. I've had these fish for quite some time now. I've grown them up since they were little. They were about 1 inch long when I got them. So I grew them up, and they have not done anything that wows me, you know. In the videos that I'm showing, the B-roll, you can see they're not very shy. They will come up to the, they will come up to the camera when I put it up to the tank out of curiosity. And other than that one time where I would imagine it's two males were one picked on the other one, they really haven't done anything that showed any kind of individuality. I mean, even when the male was picking on the other male, it was the most boringest. Not that I'm saying watching fish fight is exciting, but it does add a little drama to the tank. But it was like, okay, so the aggressor would chase the subordinate, but quickly stop. It was, hey, come here, man, whatever. It wasn't like he continued after it. Not that I want to see a fish get hurt, but it was like, it was a very weak attempt at showing dominance, and that's all it took for the other one to back off. So while this fish would be great for a community tank, it would add a little bit of pop because of its coloration and its shape. It's not an aggressive eater, so you're not gonna see. I mean, it's not like angels where they attack the food. They're kind of petite when it comes to feeding. Their shape is to me their biggest plus, but there's nothing outstanding as far as personality goes. Now, for a lot of people, that's a plus because they don't want to have to deal with fish being aggressive all the time. They just want them to be there in the tank, and that's not my particular type of fish that I keep. I like each one of my fish to have some type of standout trait, but this one would be great in a community tank, community semi non-aggressive cichlids, big non-aggressive species, like I said, like barbs, something that gets they would probably do great with mollies, you know what I mean. But as far as me, I'm concerned, I'm glad I have them. I'm not going to get rid of them because I've wanted them for so long, and I do appreciate their shape. But there's nothing that really grabs me and go, wow. There's no wow factor with this fish, just personality. And I'm sad to say that because like I said, I've wanted this fish for so long. Now, here's the thing. On one of the things that I've read, it said that these fish are pretty common. I gotta call BS on that because you don't really see these fish that often in the pet trade. But I don't know how old that article was that I was reading, but it said that they're in the, maybe it's a regional thing, but all up and down the East Coast, I've been all up and down the East Coast, and I don't really see this fish. So if you do get your hands, if you do have the opportunity to get this fish, just know that it is a good, safe addition to your community cichlid tank, your non-aggressive, semi-aggressive community cichlid tank. As far as it's not going to cause trouble. Now, if other fish attempt to attack it, I don't know what it would do. In fact, I've actually been thinking about switching these fish over to a tank with maybe a little bit more aggressive fish, just to see, for the purposes of having the experience, so that I could pass it on, just to see what this fish would do if it's pressed by another species. Will it cower? Will it buck up? Maybe if I bought more of them, would that change? If I had like a tank full of them, would that change the dynamic of their personality? Would that give them something, to make me go, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. I'm gonna try different things with this fish, but as it is right now, with angels, and I have some dwarf flag cichlids, no relation by the way, except for that they're cichlids, and some geos. They're not a wow me fish, but they are a safe bet for a community tank. These fish would do good with discus, geos, angels, acaras, and fish like that. But as far as personality goes, they're a little bit, they're really a little bit too, what's the word I'm looking for? Wishy-washy.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. The first revolution is when you change your mind about how you look at things. And see that there may be another way to look at it that you have not been shown. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, and be no rerun, brothers and sisters. The revolution will be live.